Becky G. Becky G.
Oh my God.
That's, I think, the biggest thing that I think I've seen you've done. And I feel like anyone in Chicago to play with Becky G, already an icon, already someone in the music industry that has a name. First of all, how did that even happen? Second, what did you do in that moment? Did you piss your pants or what, bro?
Oh, snap.
That's the side?
Low key. So it's the gigs calling.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I mean, basically, it was kind of like random. It was sporadic, you know. I've noticed that, and any like pro musician will let you know on this too. Like,
Right.
Basically, there's all these musicians, like the famous ones. It's cheaper for them to just get musicians wherever they're going.
Okay.
Than it is to like bring their people sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be something that they did or something. I'm not sure, but I know that there's musicians out there that do that, you know, or like artists, especially if they're inviting people, right? So the whole point of us going to go play with Becky G was because Peso Pluma was going as in like he was invited to go.
Peso Pluma.
Yeah, Peso Pluma was invited to go.
But he was on the phone, no?
He
Like over the phone, some like bootleg stuff.
Yeah. So look, let me get there, right? So he had a song with Becky G that was popping off, and then he was popping off at the same time, where I mean, there was already a lot of rumors that he cancels a lot, so they were like, oh, he's probably not gonna go.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I don't know. They hit me up, you know. Basically, I made it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of the gist of it. I made some good connections. I go to Vegas every 3 months for like these meetings, and I meet people that like have connects that are deep in the game or whatever, you know. And shout out to my boy Danny Rea. You
Danny,
spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he actually won Tengo Talento. I forgot which season it was, but it was not that long ago.
Okay.
He won Tengo Talento. He signed with Sony Music. Becky G's with Sony Music.
Okay.
So they have the same manager or team or whatever. And basically, what ended up happening was that freaking they were like, oh, Peso Pluma's gonna come in as an invited guest, like a surprise.
Right.
And it was last minute as fuck, like the week of. So they're like, hey, we need some musicians because we can't fly out his people. I guess maybe they didn't have visas yet, or he just. But whatever, it was just going to be 2 songs. He doesn't need his whole team.
Right.
So they were like, oh, we need to get some musicians, some good musicians over there in Chicago. Here, we have a guy that's in Chicago, Danny Rea.
Okay.
And, well, since he was my boy, the funny thing is, like, he's my boy now. Right? But back then, like, I had just barely met him.
Okay.
But, like, I guess we popped off pretty quick the first time we met. Like, we were pretty cool.
Is it a crazy, like, idea just because you just met him and he chose you and thought of you right off the bat and be like, hey, I know this other artist, Rambo?
To me, it just like it signaled to me. I was like, damn, like I must have left a pretty good impression on him, you know, because like I make friends with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I always try to be the best person I can be to everybody, you know, like I'm not gonna be fake and be like, oh, I'll take a bullet for you on day one. Like,
right, 100%.
But I'm honest and I'm upfront and I'm cool. And I just tell them things how it is, right?
Well, it's like what I told Adiel is like now since like I've been like rolling with you guys, anywhere we go, bro, you guys are like greeted with like respect. And not even that, like you guys are literally genuinely super, super kind and have great hospitality with anyone you meet. Everyone's like, yo, Rambo, yo, Adiel, yo, Pollo, what's up? Todos te están saludando, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, whoa, like that's a great impression. Like from my perspective, I'm like, yo, like, you guys have respect. And you guys play chingon también, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, it goes a long way being a good person, too. Because,
right.
like, you could be a musician, but there's a lot of musicians out there that just, they take gigs and they'll cancel it to go somewhere else for more money.
Yeah.
Or something. And we're not that way. We're like, no, we already, ya tenemos compromiso.
Sí.
We already told them, and my word is my bond. So
right.
We're going over there. Even if you're offering me double, triple, whatever, I'm not gonna leave them like plantados, you know.
But that's why Danny Rea thought of you with Becky G. So like you were saying, mostly when you were on, how did that happen when you got called up right there?
So
You shit your pants or like did like it?
we were actually in the middle of a gig. We were in the middle of a gig.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little birthday party, I believe it was. It was like in a bar.
Okay.
And they had us for like 3-4 hours. So we take a break in between, right? And he called me like in the middle of a song, but I didn't answer. So I was over here like, and then like luckily like a few minutes after he called me, like we were taking our break. I'm like, okay, let me call him back. Called him back, and we were all in the car actually, Adiel and me and Pollo.
Yeah.
And actually, Pollo might have not been there. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But we were all in the car basically. And then he calls me. He's like, hey, bro. Look, so I need somebody for Sunday. I want to see if you're available. He didn't want to tell me what it was. He's like, I can't tell you what it's for until you can agree with me that you can help me out. And I'm like, okay, what is it? I need you all day Sunday, or like not all day, but like for the daytime.
Right.
Cause like I need you daytime, and to be honest, it's not gonna be paid. I don't remember the exact details, but basically it was like, I need you Sunday. And I was like, I'm down, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have anything Sunday. I'm actually free. And then he was like, okay, but you're down. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
Right.
And he's like, okay, okay, so basically I need you because we need you to come play Sueños. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, what the fuck? So like he didn't even tell me what it was for.
Right. But like
until I agreed.
I know like what I got, what I remember is that you said you guys couldn't really talk or conversate with Becky G personally, right? Or
so the thing is, she was like locked up in her trailer.
oh, she was mamoncita then. She just didn't want to greet no one.
She was. Well, the thing is, we were in the back, and I feel like they sell passes for people to be back there.
Okay.
So like, let's say just
like an artist pass.
Yeah, like let's say you're somebody that just is somebody that's just trying to go and get fucked up there, and you want to go and you want to see the artist backstage. You pay a little extra, and you get to hang out in the back.
Okay.
So there was people hanging out in the back, but the artists would stay in their trailers. They wouldn't really come out because as soon as they come out, they're bombarded with all these people. Let me get a photo. Let me get a photo.
Yeah.
So and the thing is, one thing about me, I don't like to fanboy.
Okay.
I feel like when you fanboy somebody, you come like it's kind of like
they put the guard up.
Yeah,
they put the guard up.
They put on customer service mode.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want that. You know,
yeah.
you want them to open up to you like a normal person.
Yeah.
So you got to talk to them like a normal person. You know.
Right.
So usually I don't really fanboy to people, even if I'm a fan. I try not to.
Okay.
Sometimes it comes out fucking whatever.
No, it happens. Yeah.
And but yeah, like the thing is, when she came out, I wasn't even there, bro. We were over there making TikToks and stuff.
Oh
so,
shoot, smart marketing.
You know, we're trying to get, and also I was just trying to mentally get ready because, I mean, it was only 2 songs. But I was like, we can't fuck up. So I was doing both songs over and over, like literally over and over. Like since the day he told me to the day we were there, I was like, I gotta have it all down, and I was trying to make it sound like the CD.
Right.
Or not the CD. Who has the CD, right? But like the song, I wanted it to sound like the original. So
okay.
Like, okay, I gotta sound just like that, so that way, it's an original sound.
Okay.
So I ended up just practicing that song over and over and over, and basically, then we went to go do some TikToks, some videos. I mean, I got a bunch of, like, I even made a little video of my day at Sueños walking in.
I saw that you also took a flick with Junior H, no?
Oh, yeah.
With Junior H, and a couple people know more.
Junior H played, like, 2 artists before her. So it was, like...
kind of early, though. Wow.
Yeah, they hit him early. And, like, the thing is, Junior H is, like, huge.
Junior H, yeah.
Like, he's pretty up there. I don't know.
Maybe that's the time slot he chose. Maybe to have the night.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he had to fly out or something.
Las cariñosas at night.
You know?
Tocada en MD. No, yeah, for sure. But no. Okay. Well, this is the one question that I actually have in my mind. My mind right now is like ringing. So what people famously now want to hear more now in this generation, right? Because like, you know, I'm mid-20s, you're late 20s. Narco corridos, right? That's like the famous thing that everyone wants to promote. Everyone wants to hear. That's what we're seeing on TikTok clips, right?
Right.
We know the influence of it, right? And this is what I like to think when I see you guys. I'm not saying you guys do narco corridos because you guys do everything, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, we just play everything.
Exactly. Pero you guys are storytellers in a way because you guys write your own music también. And in my perspective, I'm like, you guys are storytellers. It's a talent because like you guys are just speaking and saying other stories, you know? Pero since the narco corridos are being very popular right now, what's, as an individual and as a group, do you want to leave yourself known for in the music industry?
Well, to be honest, like, to me, music is something you feel. It's not necessarily the story, because some of the best songs, some of the best hits don't make sense, or they're just simple stuff. Like, because the thing is, you gotta think about it like kindergartners, bro. Like, they responded to nursery rhymes.
Yep.
And a lot of songs nowadays are going back to that style of music, because we relate to it a lot easier. It's easier to understand. It's kind of like it's intuition, right? So it's kind of like, you know, when you move a knob on a lever or you push a button, you get that feedback that tells you it clicked or it went up,
right,
or whatever. Like that's all intuition, right? And something about nursery rhymes, like, they just connect with us intuitively, versus when someone's playing like all crazy, like they're badass. Like, there's some really badass players here in Chicago that, like, I wish I could play like them. But unfortunately, most people don't understand what's going on.
Right.
And but when you play something like a little more simple, or not even simple, but like there's like it's kind of like a movie. You gotta be able to give them the roller coaster, you know, of emotions.
Right.
So you can go hard, you can do your solos, but you also need to step back sometimes, kind of mellow out, give them that mellow feeling, so that way they can feel the difference, you know.
Right.
But if all the time you're just shredding, then it's kind of hard to understand.
Do you think you have that pressure, though, that you have to perform at the highest level now? Because, like, you've been doing this, I think, more than 10 years, 10 plus years, right? Put it like that. Just music in general. 10 plus?
So instruments, no, I think 9. 9 years. 9 years ago, I bought my first guitar.
Guitar, okay.
And to be honest, I didn't play it that much. I bought it. I played for like 6 months,
right,
and I put it down for 4 years.
But now you've been with the grupo for like 4?
5 years.
Right. So,
wait, no, with these guys 4. But I was also in another group, so 5 years in bands and stuff.
5 years in band, but with La Reserva now 4. So now, like, you guys are, well, each year, I'm assuming you guys as a business too as well, you guys want to beat the year previous, right? Each time. So, like, now, since you guys are playing more, going to bigger events, there's an LA trip that you guys are going to do that actually is probably going to be your biggest concert, I'm pretty sure, right? Or you guys are going to play like a pretty big The
thing is, we played in Mexico with a lot of people, and like obviously nobody counted them.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the similar amount of people. So,
but now since like
I'm
you
not
guys,
sure.
but since you're doing that now, I don't want to use the word leveling up, but you guys, you know, it's been 4 years. Do you feel that pressure on yourself when you're just like, as a músico, I'm just like, dang, like, age is coming in, but also too, I've been putting almost 10 years into this game. Like, ¿cuándo voy a pegar? When am I gonna succeed? Like, what is the process in your mind you're thinking?
The pressure is there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, if you don't have the pressure, then you're probably not hungry and you probably don't want it. You know, the pressure is definitely there, where it's pushing me. Like, I need to come up with something new, something different. Every day I'm sitting at home. What can I do next?
Right.
There's a lot of times where sometimes I just feel like giving up.
Right.
And like, cause the thing is, I don't know if you know me like that yet.
Right.
But personally,
After this, we're gonna know each other well.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I have this kind of thing where I kind of know how to get to a certain place.
Okay.
But it's like, so I want to become a millionaire, right?
100%.
In the next 5 years.
Amen.
Okay, that's the goal. But the thing is, to become a millionaire, I can do it 2 ways. I can either do it through music, or I can do it working. I already have a business that does pretty decently.
Okay.
And if I were to go full time into it, I could be a millionaire in 2 years. Fast. Like, I can get there fast. But I need to devote 100% of my attention there. But I want to do it with the music, because the music just kind of responds to me more. Like, it's something I like to do.
But you love your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And I'd rather do music. So I'm trying to figure out music right now. I'm trying to find the new ways. Like, so, you know, that's kind of why, like, I even have those conversations with you. I'm like, we need to come up with for example, lazy content is what I called it, right?
Yeah.
Lazy content is kind of like find whatever your niche is, but being able to make it with low effort so that you can produce a bunch of it.
Right.
And then you can also make some high quality stuff.
True.
But like, I sat there and was like, we need to figure out some stuff. So that's why we're experimenting with all these different reels, all these different types of things. And I'm just like, I'm trying to get there. In every aspect, I'm like just trying to find my way in a dark path, just going through the fucking woods till I get to the outside of it,
Right.
till I can find the promised land.
I asked that too, only because there's very few people, and I'd say this is in any industry, not just the music industry, anything you want to do. I feel like the people just they put 2, 3, 5 years, no result, but they half-ass it. Right, there's like you just said, you're trial and error for the past couple of years, and I remember in the conversation in the car, you said you're ready, you're ready for it. Like si va a tocar, and yo quiero el éxito, right, and that's the great mindset. I like that, and that's why I like your energy a lot too when I'm around you, because a lot of people don't think that way. But I do want to ask you también, and just that, what's the process in your head then when you're not seeing no results? Like. There's ups and downs everywhere, but like when you're seeing no results for a couple months or something, and then like I said, and you're not old whatsoever, right? Pero I feel like social media tends to make you think there's 20-year-old me, a millionaire, but now I'm at this age, and why not? Why not me? Like when you see no results in months, like what is the process like?
So, I mean, to be honest, the age doesn't scare me that much because, bro, there's people's grandmas playing Call of Duty streaming.
Yeah.
And they're doing good, bro.
No, you're right. You're
viewers. Right. So age doesn't really scare me that much. I know that things can change literally in a month, something can change your life.
Mm.
So anything can happen from here to tomorrow, or, like we could leave out of the studio and then like, oh shit, one of my videos popped off.
Yep.
And now I got all these listeners and it's all working out.
Right.
Or whatever, anything can happen at a moment's notice. That's how, because Becky G was in a moment's notice.
Yep.
That was quick, ASAP Rocky, know?
Yep.
And so basically, my process, I mean, every day, when I see that we're not moving, when I see the needle's not moving, I say, okay, what's the goal? And you kind of have to break it down. Because, like, you can't just say, I want to just get famous.
Right.
How are you going to get famous? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to post stuff. Well, you can't just post stuff and expect to be famous. It's good to have like a formula or have like a thought process. How am I going to get these viewers?
Right. And
then once I have these viewers, what am I going to do to make it so that I'm a solid influencer or whatever you are,
Right.
You kind of have to think about all those little things, not just I'm going to be famous, because you can be famous for a lot of things, for bad things, good things.
Okay.
You can be famous for a meme that makes fun of you.
Right.
But if you don't know how to maintain it and like monetize it and all that, then what's the point,
True.
So like there's a lot of people that just blow up on memes and then you just never see them again.
What I love about this industry though is that you don't need school for it. You don't. And that's what I learned from you too as well. Because I feel like you're the closest musician I think I genuinely want to say, like, I call you like a real close friend, because I feel like every time we go to these long drives, we just have conversations. I just hear you and I'm just like, oh shit. Like, I don't know. It's cool. I find it cool in my perspective. But then again, it's just like, ya también, I don't know. Like, I see you, echándole ganas. So in my thought process is like, what if you don't see it in the next 5 years? Whoa,
The thing is, it's crazy to think that way, because in the past 5 years ago, I was like barely starting, and I remember saying this like to other people all the time. Like they had a lot of work, and I would perform 3-4 hours a weekend, and that was it. Like that was nothing compared to now. Mm-hmm. And I saw other people working Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the week. They had gigs like crazy, and they're telling me, or I would see them post up, we need someone to help us out, and they were doing 15 hours. They're like, we need 15 hours.
Right.
And the thing is, I wanted those gigs, but I couldn't take them because I had 4 hours over here with these guys. And they were like, no, I need you for all of it. If you can't do all of it, then I can't take you.
Oh, shoot.
So I remember saying, I wish I had that problem of having too many gigs.
Okay.
And now I have that problem. So
I mean, that's a
you
good
know.
problem to have because, like I always see this quote. It's like, don't stress out or don't complain when you have a lot on your plate because that's what you wish for, right? That's what you wanted
Exactly.
at one point.
Yeah.
Like you wanted clients. But in the music industry, it's very fun, but you also have to be focused, right? Because
Yeah.
like what comes when you're playing, what's gonna come with it? Money, women, and all these distractions, right?
Right.
Entonces, everyone likes to party también, ¿verdad? Entonces, what do you think is the toughest thing when you're playing, or what's one discipline that you think you should have, or a musician should have in general when they're doing tocadas? Because this is a business, but then again, distractions are everywhere. Literally, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Continues.
Yeah.
Well, one thing my dad always told me is when we're here to work, we're here to work.
Uh-huh.
Like my dad loved to drink, you know, like he was always a good time.
Right.
And whenever we were just working, basically it was like no alcohol, not a single drop. Because I tell him, well, what if we get some beers, before, so that we can just drink up or something.
Right.
And he'd be like, nope, we can't drink until we're done.
Okay.
Like I would help him do events and stuff in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And that was one of his rules. No, we're working, can't drink, nothing until we're done. Once we're done, party all you want, do whatever you want, but we're here to work.
Okay.
So that's my mindset, especially for anything work. And technically, playing music for somebody that paid me,
Yeah.
that's work.
It is work 100%.
So
Well, what do you think like a musician should do then? That you're seeing that a lot of people are not doing, that you're just like, damn, if he just did this, bro, he'll blow, bro. Or like, what's a vicio? Like, it's just so common in the music industry, besides drugs, right? Drugs is number one thing everyone
Right.
knows. But like, what's one thing that you're just like, damn, bro, come on, ponte las pilas, do this, and then you'll take off.
man, one thing that, there's a lot of distractions,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think any of them are as big as people's egos.
Ah, okay.
Because I think egos is what holds most people back.
Okay.
They're afraid to put themselves out there. So if you're afraid to put yourself out there and you're not willing to post, you're not willing to put yourself on the line so you can get something bigger, then you're never gonna get anything, man. Like there's plenty of good musicians, good bands in Chicago in this industry. They don't post, bro. Like I go through their Instagrams, no post. They have followers
Yeah.
because they play a lot,
Right.
and anyone can get followers from playing a lot.
100%.
But and then they're complaining that they have no listeners, that they want to get famous. It's like, well, dude, you don't post, you don't know anything. How are people gonna know you?
Right.
Like we're in a day and age where social media is everything.
Taking over.
Yeah. Dude, my phone is blowing up today. I'm gonna turn it off.
They know you're on the podcast.
I think so. I had to turn it off because this thing's just not stopping.
No. But like to pivot off of that, piggyback off of that, collaborations. Then, is that people's egos into going into it too, that are just not wanting to do collaborations with you guys or just in general in Chicago?
So I think one of the misconceptions, and this is just my personal opinion, right? Like, it could be a multitude of things, but I think the reason people don't want to do collabs with other people might not be because they envy you or whatever. I think that's a very narrow-minded concept.
Right.
They just envy me. Why do they envy you? Why, like, to be honest, me as a musician, I'm so busy doing my thing that I don't have time to pay attention to other people. And they might be like, oh, he doesn't follow me back because he envies me or something. And it's like, no, bro, it's just I'm busy on my thing. I'm getting followers from posting.
Right.
And I can't go through every single follower and be like, oh, I know this guy, I got to follow him back or whatever,
Right.
So sorry to everyone out there if I don't follow you. It's nothing personal. But it's just the fact that, like, one of the things is ego, right? For collaborations and stuff. So, or not ego, sorry. It could be the fact that, like, maybe you're not a good fit for them. Maybe they don't, because you have to kind of picture what kind of song do you want to make, or what kind of collab are you trying to make, what kind of video. Does it fit with your idea of what you're trying to do? It's kind of like,
if you benefit them también at the end of the day. Yeah.
Like Nathaniel Cano is making corridos tumbados.
Yeah.
You think that he's gonna be like, oh, Julián Álvarez doesn't want to do a dueto with me on a song, es porque me envidia. No, it's not his style. He doesn't want to do that style.
It's an interesting take. Yeah, that's an interesting take. And actually, yeah.
It could be not their
perspective.
style. It could be not their vision. Maybe they have other plans, like marketing plans, and they want to blow up their stuff.
Right.
And then they can't fit you into their schedule. Or, there's a multitude of things,
Right.
But on our level, now coming back down here,
for now.
For now.
Yeah.
On our level, I think the biggest thing is like, so people want to do collabs,
Right.
but they don't post. They don't post. They don't have marketing strategies. So if I do a collab with you and you don't have any followers, or you can have the followers,
Right.
But if you don't post and I just see nothing on your page, it's like, well, where's the benefit for me in that? Like,
true.
It's not an ego thing. It's just like, we're posting. We're gonna promote the most we can out of it.
You're putting some hard work in, and I know what you mean.
And the other person is just gonna just post it once on his story and call it a day. And it's like, no, dude, like, we got to make some reels out of it. We got to make some stories, maybe some challenges. I don't know. Like, the possibilities are endless. And it's kind of like, for you to do a dueto with somebody, it's like, there's got to be a lot of things that line up that with your beliefs, with what you're going to do. Like, one of the things for me is, like, I'm kind of tired of doing covers.
Okay.
I was telling the guys, I was like, dude, the thing is, covers are expensive because you got to get licenses now. They changed the law or something.
Right.
So you got to pay for licenses. You got to pay extra, and then you can't even put it on social media nowadays. Like, covers, like,
there's certain ones, right? Like,
with certain platforms,
they're getting too sensitive on everything now. Like on TikTok, I remember like posting on TikTok. There's like 7 posts that just doesn't let me because maybe there's someone with an alcohol like on their hand. I'm like, bro, like, relax, bro. Like, we grew off of South Park. Like, you can't get no views and stuff. So I'm just like, the platforms are crazy too. But no. I like your answer for that one. It was actually interesting perspective.
There's a lot that goes into it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I sit at home, not just fucking twiddling my thumbs and watching Netflix, bro.
Right.
I'm sitting there brainstorming, like, what's going on with the social media market right now, with TikTok, what's going on with Instagram, what performs better, why are people reacting a certain way.
Right.
I'm literally constantly analyzing all this shit.
You have to be obsessed with anything you do, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the point. That's what I love about that's what I'm saying. Like, I just love the energy, like, being around you, because two, one, people don't really think the way you do, just speaking with you one-on-one, but also two, when we do on car rides.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone wants so quick, and by quick, I mean, let's talk about TikTok. This is why I'm talking about quick. I want to see your perspective on it, and now every musician is trying to make that 10-second TikTok audio clip.
Yeah.
I hear podcasts, big artists like J.O.P., they hate, all these big artists hate it, right? Because it's like, it takes the humbleness away from actually working for it, right? Like, now Chinito Pacas went literally from a barrio to a stage.
Right.
And J.O.P. started from backyards for years to work his way up to the stage. So it's the same thing like TikTok. Boom, you hit 10 million views, you're viral. And then now you're performing now from like little bars to a stadium off of that one song. What's your take on that?
My take is, you know what? You can complain all you want that you had to muscle your way through.
Right.
He found the formula that worked, and now people are using it. And why does it work? It's not some magic formula. It's just the fact that that's what the people want, bro.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you got to give the people what they want. And if they want TikTok audios because they want to post their ass on social media and with that song,
yeah. Well, that's
whatever.
A good marketing approach, though.
Yeah,
You know?
it's all part of the game, bro. Like, before this, it was record labels.
Yep.
And guess what? You didn't get to choose. It didn't matter how much you knew, how much you analyzed anything. If you weren't on their good side, you weren't gonna be famous.
Right.
So now it's like, you know what? Whoever figures it out gets it. You know.
You're leveraging too. I only asked you to, and like on that question is because if you do make a TikTok song and you blow up, and then you were to be invited on the stage, people are gonna expect that one song, but then the rest of the song, all that pressure is like, you can't be replaying that one same song. So people are not gonna want to go to your concerts. And that's how the downfall begins. Because they know you for that one song.
And that's why that's kind of why I was telling you, like, it's kind of important to have a strategy. So if you're just posting stuff aimlessly, then that's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be the TikTok song one hit wonder guy.
Right.
But if you go in there with like, okay, I got other songs too, then you can come in, you can show them some other of your stuff.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what they always kind of did even back in the day. They'd have one hit song with the rest of their album.
Right.
Like, and most of the time, the one hit song wouldn't be written by them, or it was written by somebody else. But they got that one hit song, and then the rest was filler, because that's what they want to write.
Right.
So it's kind of always been a thing in the industry. You know, you got to have that hit. Peso Pluma, you know what he did with his first album, Genesis?
What did he do?
He Lady Gaga was a hit, right? So what did they do? They put their best foot forward. They showed Lady Gaga first. They paid Mike Tyson for an ad so he could be on it.
Yep.
They put their best foot forward, and that song wasn't written by him, and it wasn't even written by his cousin Tito.
Right.
But even the songs Tito wrote were fucking good, and they blew up.
Right.
So he got lucky with all the other songs too.
Right.
But for the most part, they put all their eggs in that basket of Lady Gaga. They were like, "This is a hit song. Let's go."
Right.
And but luckily he had a plan of all their songs. So it wasn't just a hit, like a single that he just released.
Right.
It was part of the album, but it's just what got him through the door. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you know, luck is always on the side too. But you know, Tito Double P, honestly, I always thought he was just a crackhead, ¿verdad? Because anda bien chueco así nomás.
Yeah.
But on top of that, he's literally a lyrical genius, right? Because he's written hits, but also his thought process is real good, and he has charisma and personality. Pero not to mention, you did meet the Tito Double P back in the winter, right?
Yeah, I did meet him. Yeah.
Okay, you did meet Tito Double P.
When he did his first concert in Chicago, bro.
Oh,
and,
shoot.
Like in the U.S. I don't know if he did concerts in Mexico, right? But his first U.S. concert, I remember because one of my friends, he's actually a promoter for Rancho Humilde. And, well, they hit him up, and same thing, kind of like Becky G.
Right.
But except they didn't need a requintista. They needed toroloche, they needed trombone.
Right.
And I forgot, an accordion.
Okay.
And I don't know any of those, bro.
Okay.
But it would have been cool. But he was like, "Oh, okay, well, do you know anybody that can help?" And whatever, right? So I ended up going because he was like, you can come with if you want anyways.
Right.
All right, cool. So I went. We were up there in VIP with Tito. I got a picture with him. You know, I even asked him if he wanted to do a dueto, you know? Because you know what?
Why not?
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, why not?
At any moment, anything can change. You never know. So I showed him one of our songs, and he was like, "Show it to my manager, and he'll give you the details. You know, like he'll let him listen to it, and everything too." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I got his manager, and you know, I got him on Instagram. I got his number and everything. I sent him the track, but I think maybe they didn't like it. The thing is, it's not a bad song.
Right.
But you know what? It did get flagged when I posted it on TikTok.
Okay.
It was El Compameño.
Right.
I showed him the song, and the thing is, the song got taken down on TikTok because it said que manejando como a 130 millas, and then I'm drunk, and it's like, that's dangerous activities. So
you're influencing bad behavior. That's pretty much what they're saying.
Exactly. So
I don't know. I mean, bro, like this is what I don't get about TikTok. You say some bad words right there, and then they flag it, right? But then there's this girl showing her clam, and then she goes she goes viral. So I'm just like, bro, like what's going on? But I'm just gonna get frustrated with that because I'm just like, a girl could just take a girl takes a nice, beautiful video, like no hate, but like it goes viral, and then we're actually putting in work, and we're like, dude, what's going on? Anyways,
you know what's funny about that? We were just talking about streaming earlier.
Yeah.
On Twitch, they literally they got girls doing live streams in like literally small ass bikinis, in little pools or whatever, showing off.
Right.
And that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But then there's like guys getting banned because they take off their shirt or whatever. He's like, bro, what?
Yeah, bro. I'm just like, I don't even know, bro. Those girls are getting pimped out, bro. That's a new version of it. Like Andrew Tate and Kirsten Tate, bro, they were pimps. They were pimping out these girls. But I'm not gonna touch that topic because I could touch that topic because we had the conversation, but whatever. But like the great thing about like also to going to these events, like I said, when I'm going to this, like this is a new area for me, ¿verdad?
Right.
Like I've done everything, but like now going to like these you know, like the Mexican events, which is fucking crazy and cool. it's a networking event in my eyes, and then for you too, because like you guys go everywhere but meet everyone. Like Adiel and you guys go to Vegas, go to Cali, go here. You guys met Brinco Dieras, Chamoy. You guys met Padrinito Toys. You guys have met like you said, Tito Double P. Every single artist, Junior Achip. You played with Becky G. Like you guys are networking your way up. That's why I'm excited too. Like for Cali and then for Las Vegas, and it's like, dude, like you guys are taking every single chance. Well, in my perspective, you guys are actually doing it.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's those are all opportunities, right? And there's a saying that says there's no such thing as luck. What there is there's opportunities, and are you ready for them?
Yep.
And if you're ready, then you're gonna take that opportunity, and it's gonna work out for you.
Yep.
So that's all we're doing is we're just making opportunities at that point. Because you know what? That's actually one of the things that I did with my first grupo. Even with Reserva, I tried it out too.
Right.
So we were a little low on tocadas, and I was like, I need more money. I want more clients.
Right.
What can I do? I made an event. I made like my own baile.
Right.
So that people can see, oh, he's got a band. And people showed up. And I mean, the first event, I didn't really make any money.
Okay.
Ended up losing money, but that's just how it goes, right?
Have to.
But at least it got us exposure. Next thing you know, people were calling us. Same thing with Reserva. When I joined Reserva, first thing I did a couple months later was make an event. Literally right before COVID. Like I remember the news was like, oh, COVID is blah, blah, blah. Like it's spreading and we have the first case in the U.S.
Oh, and shoot.
And then my cousin George was like, dude, they're gonna cancel your baile. Right. And I'm like, nah, we're good. And luckily, I got the baile.
I just thought of George. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think it was like February 22nd or something like that.
Yeah.
So literally, like I think 1 or 2 weeks before, like they started shutting things down. Right. So I was lucky. But yeah, you know, and that one went well, made money. Right. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about making the money. It was about promoting the grupo, making the opportunity. Because sometimes opportunities don't come to you. Sometimes you have to make them, you know?
And that's a scary thing because people always think they're not ready. And that's why whenever you say, yo, let's do this or do that, I'm down. I don't say no to people because like you said, opportunity. You don't know what you're going to meet and you don't know what you're going to do. And you have to be optimistic. Yeah. Every single thing. You have to perform regardless how you feel. Exactly. No matter what you feel. And that's phenomenal. But like you said, we were talking about envious, like having the mindset of people being envious with you, right? Yeah. You know, I feel like in this industry, when someone's doing good, I feel like you're maybe might piss off another group, and maybe it's just like a common human nature to feel that you're like, why are they doing this or hitting here and I'm not, right? Is that common? Well, it is, but how common is it in Chicago in the music industry for los envidiosos, las envidias, you know?
Well, I'll be honest, bro. I'm not from Chicago. Yeah, okay. You know, we're from Evanston. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Evanston. Yeah. So the best suburb. I'm sorry, I can't speak on Chicago. That's why, like, when I'm out there, I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb sometimes because I'm a different person. I feel like a different person, anyways, right? Right. But one of the things that I can tell you is, like, even for me, like, I'll see other grupos that started after us, and I see them pop off, and I don't get envy, because envy, the definition of envy is, like, not wanting them to have what you don't have. Right. Right. So that means none of us can have it. I don't want that. Like, I kind of prefer that they blow up so that people start looking towards Chicago, and it gives us some visibility, too. But I do look at them and I'm saying, but the way I look at them is, what did they do? What can I do like them? What can I learn from them to try and create the same thing or like try to get that exposure like them? Right. So I do look at them and say, how did they do it? But to learn. And I think that's how we all need to do is just learn from other people. That's kind of why in school they told you, look both ways before you cross the street. Yep. So you can learn from them. You don't have to learn yourself. Right. You know? Great mindset to have. But, you know, unfortunately, like I said, well, when you hear these corridos, they always talk about envidia, que alguien quiere traicionarlo, que los traicioneros. So then I'm just like, I'm always thinking, I'm like, dang, like, it's really common in the music industry for, like, que tienen envidia, que nadie quiere trabajar. Like, for example, quote unquote, J.O.P. with Peso Pluma. Why don't they want to work together? Que no canto no sé qué, or someone hit this or hit that. So that's why I'm just like, At the end of the day, it's just made up in our mind, bro. Okay. I know it exists, right?
Yeah,
There's people out there that they can't fathom the fact that like someone can do better than them and they start in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are like they want to drag you down.
Right.
So there does sí existe.
Yeah.
Maybe some músicos out there and they just haven't told me that, you know, of course they're not going to tell me, right?
No, right.
But I do know that there is ways they don't like to see other people do good when they're not doing good.
Right.
Because they victimize themselves all the time. So
Right.
So it does exist, but not. I don't think it exists to the degree people make it out to.
Okay.
But one thing for sure is like when I was in Mexico, I did kind of notice that's a little more prevalent.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are in bad situations out there, you know. Versus here, it's like nobody's running around hungry, you know.
I asked you with that because unfortunately, it's gonna be a little off topic, but just because like when I was talking to George, you know, George like was like telling me like his story, like a very personal story. I want to put his business out there, but like a certain religion. Well, it's not a religion, but his beliefs and stuff. And that's what's also promoted too in this music industry in los narcos corridos, right? So for me, I'm just like, wow. It's a weird perception of why I feel like people like to bring religion in, but also too like the perception of like envidia and all that stuff. That's why I'm asking you this.
Right.
Porque like envidia is very known, and I talk about this like in personal stuff, you know, like you just said, and I like what you just said. Maybe they're not jealous because of what you have or how you're getting it, right? Like obviously hard work.
Right.
It's just because they already have the perception of you, and then when you start doing something that their perception of you is not there, like let's just say going up, running or something, or doing something out of the norm that they originally know you, they start to compare themselves with them. You know what I mean? And that's my perception of what envidia, how it starts. And maybe I'm going off topic, but I'm just like, I just hearing so much in narco corridos, bro. I just hearing so much corridos that it's just like that, and then it's like, you know.
Well, you got to be honest with narco corridos, bro. I mean, most people that are in the business, they do drugs, bro. And what happens when you do a lot of that white girl, right?
Yeah.
You get paranoid.
The Theo Von? Yeah.
You know, you get paranoid. You start thinking things that don't really exist.
That's true.
So there's a lot of that going around over there too. So they tend to think, oh my God, like maybe they're out to get me. And so there's also a lot of that. Like, you know, a lot of people have a lot of mental issues, bro, and they go undetected too. So it all just kind of goes back to that. But at the end of the day, corridos are just stories. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're exaggerated too.
Right.
Just to make them seem more noble too. So
true.
Maybe nobody even had envidia for any of them. But,
true.
But they just say put it in the corrido, so it sounds like they were underdogs. Or
it's a different perspective. No, definitely interesting perspective.
Because honestly, that's what a song is a movie, bro. Pretend you're watching a movie, except it's a song. Mm-hmm. You want conflict. You want the underdog to work his way out from the gutter, and then hit the climax, you know, and win.
Right.
You want that in a movie,
right?
And the songs are very similar. Like you're telling a story.
Right. Touching on topics with the ski, you know, the booger sugar, you know, Peru or whatever, Colombia. It's very common in the music industry.
Right.
Pasecito, you know, that's very common.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Like, how bad is it, like, in the music industry, que todos están bien cocos, andan bien, you know, paniqueados, bien acelerados, bro? Like, what's the trouble on that, man?
Bro, there's a lot of stories on that, bro. Like, I want to say it's really prevalent in the music industry. And it's not just Mexicans, bro. You look at the white people too, bro.
Oh, they're crazy, bro.
I think they do more than we do.
100%.
Like, bro, when I'm going wild, I'll take a puff of weed. All right, that's me going wild, bro. But you know what I'm saying? In the music industry, especially the music industry, not here as much as in Mexico. But like in Mexico, it happens where they want you to play for hours, like for 24 hours straight. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to put Pollo on here for a podcast. That man will give you some stories on that. He's got some good ones. But basically, they'll have you play 24 hours straight. And, like, I don't care what anyone says. They think that being a músico is not a lot of work. Like, look at some videos of me playing live. I'm sweating my ass off, bro.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, like I'm soaking wet after one tocada of like 2-3 hours.
Right.
And now imagine doing 24 hours straight, sin dormir. They'll give you a chance to go eat. They'll give you a chance to go take a dump, whatever. But you can't leave. You got to do those 24 hours. You get your 15-minute break in between.
Right.
You got to be back and keep going and keep going. If not, it could be either they don't pay you, so they'll tell you, oh, either you play it or we don't pay you. You can leave and we just won't pay you nothing.
But this is in Mexico.
This is in Mexico.
Oh, so this isn't like your normal client.
I mean, there might be some people out here that do that, but I mean, I haven't experienced it yet. But you know, over there, like it happens a lot. There are narcos or even just workers for narcos, that will hire you just like that, you know, for a party, and they'll be like, you're gonna play these 24 hours, whatever, however much time. I mean, Pollo told me that one time they had him go like 2 days straight. And what are you gonna do when you need to go 2 days straight? You're gonna do that booger sugar, bro. So they literally tell him, hey, if you need some, here you go, but you're not leaving. So it can be either they don't pay you, or maybe they put a bullet in your ass. One of those two. You don't have a choice. So that's one thing I definitely feel like I'm lucky that I don't have to deal with that. You know.
Well, it's crazy. Dude, that's crazy because people don't talk about it because unless like you're really known, pero a lot of músicos get murdered, assassinated.
Yeah.
Por cantando algo mal or something, bro. So, like, obviously, like, you're going to have to play in places you don't want to play because te van a pagar and sometimes you'd have no choice, like you just said.
Yeah.
No te da miedo. Like, you don't get scared. You're just like, oh, man, tal vez it's going to be the último corrido que yo canto, bro.
Not in the U.S. In Mexico, there is that back thought. There was one concert where I did sing a corrido that, I mean, it did kind of puts a target on my back. And when I went there, I kind of had that in mind. Like, I know that once I sing this song, it's gonna be, things can change.
Right.
But at that point, it's like whatever you do, like me personally, I take I'm in the U.S.
Right.
But I still pretend like, cause I used to live in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I know how to watch my back.
Right.
That's something that I learned at a very early age, how to watch my back. Like, yo me la pasé con los cholos ahí de mi rancho, you know, los piedras locas, saludos, you know, and they're, you know, son compas todos los güeyes ahí.
Right.
Y pues cuando andaba con ellos que íbamos a otros ranchos, me han corrido de ranchos a piedrazos, güey.
Wow.
We've gotten into fights. I mean, everything you can think of has happened, right?
Right.
And like, so I learned very quick, like, how to keep an eye out, you know, kind of be aware of your surroundings.
100%.
And then I got into martial arts too. That also trained me to be aware. And that's one of the main things. You got to be aware. You got to know. It's kind of like what they teach you in like survival classes, like shooting, like even mass shooting. Survival classes. They'll be like, know your way out, know your exit, know where they're coming from. You know, be aware. You got to know where everyone is in the room. You know, things like that. So when I'm out there, like, even though I look like I'm just having a good time, I'm constantly looking around and analyzing things. Like, okay, who just came in, who went out. Like, if something looks fishy, like, I'll be like, hey, yo, because, like, it actually happened once. I don't want to go into too much detail into this one, but there was a time that we were playing for some guys that were, like, drug dealers.
Right.
And one of their boys was getting mad. You know, he was getting mad at Adiel.
Okay.
He wanted to shoot him.
Okay.
And
I don't mean to laugh at that, but yeah.
And the thing is, I saw it a mile away. I was like, this man's starting to, like, mean mug a little bit.
Okay.
And the thing is, the first thing I do is like, hey, man, just keep an eye on this guy because I see, like, he doesn't look happy.
Okay.
You know, and eventually we kind of, like, he wanted to pull the gun out. But obviously, the people we were playing for him, they were, like, longtime clients. So he was just a friend. So they were just like, take this man away. Like, pull him away. So they took that guy away. And then they were just like, here, we'll pay you guys. Just get out of here because we don't want to have any issues.
Bro, that's It's been a pleasure también, bro. Speaking it up and chopping it up with you. And obviously we're going to do more of these and I have to apoyo in all three together as well. Pero, yeah, dude, no, Rambo, is there anything else that you want to say? Something that I missed? Something that you just have in your mind?
Well, I guess one thing I would like to give, I guess it would be more of like a consejo or like a way to think of life. For example, if you look at someone and they're like at a place you want to be, like there's no reason you can't be there as well. You know what I mean? So one of the things that people say is like, oh, like someone's famous. How do you like just talk to them like normal or whatever? And it's like maybe not even famous, maybe even people that are dangerous. And I'm talking just anybody in general, whatever. Like you might be intimidated by them for whatever reason.
Right.
Just remember, they're just like you and me, man. They got 2 legs, 2 arms, unless they got a mutation or something. But, you know, they have the same tools you got.
All right.
So you can be in the same place as them. They can be in the same place as you. So nobody's better than anyone. They just happen to get there, you know. So, you know, Peso Pluma, you know, he was down here like us, perreándole, people trying, you know, hiring them, regateándole el precio.
100%.
Just like they do to us. And look at where he's at now. So.
Nata El Cano. #1 inspiration.
Yeah.
Made fun of the kid.
Because the thing is, like, my dad was famous when I was little, when I grew up. So I met a lot of famous people. And they were my dad's friends, too. They were chilling. And, like, I don't know, I guess just being around them, I realized they're just people like you and me. They want to laugh. They want to eat. They want to take a dump. I don't know. They're all the same
100%,
stuff.
100%. No, 100%.
So don't let anybody intimidate you or make you think that you can't be at their level or above them, because they can quite just as easily be down here tomorrow. So, and you could be up there. So don't ever let that stop you.